Hello everyone, my name is Smoothness. I'm the co-founder of pinkwoolf. We focus on indulgent grooming for the modern man. My wife and I started pinkwoolf a couple of years ago, and we started with wet traditional shaving, and then slowly added skincare as well. Most of our other videos have been around a daily shave or how to shave with shaving soaps and shaving creams. Today's video is going to be a little bit different in the sense that we want to talk about some of the equipment we use to get that smooth shave which lasts a full day long. And to that extent, I have 6 blades with me, which I've used for the last several years. And I wanted to rank them in an order from 6 to 1. Keep in mind before you start, jumping on to a website and start ordering any of these, that in the safety blades business, one blade that's good for me is may or may not be good for you, because there are several factors which come in between. A couple of them are the coarseness of your hair. Is your hair coarse? Is it soft? Is it medium? And then your skin comes into play, which is your skin normal, dry, oily, or just sensitive? So based on these factors, I'm going to try and go through cover all these factors while I'm talking through each of these blades that I have with me. So to give you an idea of, and hopefully give you the best buying decision that you can make to buy their safety blade, which gives you a smooth shave that lasts all day long. All right. So let's start with the number 6. The number 6 blade that I have on my list is the BIC Chrome Platinum. Yes, it is available on our website, and it's a medium blade. And the reason I say a medium blade is because I can comfortably use it with an aggressive razor, medium or a mild razor, and yet get the same result. With a mild razor, I might have to go through maybe a third pass or go through a few more passes in this affected area. But I don't feel there is no shaving irritation at all. Now keep in mind that I have a normal skin, and in winter time, so 10 months out of the year it's normal skin. In winter time for 2.5 months it usually is a little bit dry, so I have to moisturize and drink water a lot more than what I do in summer. But for these conditions, the Chrome Platinum stands by its name, and I think it does a really good job. It's a medium cut blade. It usually gives me anywhere from 4 to 6 shaves, depending on if I'm using a close comb, which means I will be lucky to get as much as 5 to 6 shaves. If I'm using if I use an open comb razor, I'll probably get about anywhere from 3 to 4. So that's the extent of the number 6 blade that I have. Number 5 is actually, well, it's not my favorite anymore, but just for the benefit of everyone, this is what I started off wet traditional shaving about 12, maybe 13 years ago. The first one was the Gillette Wilkinson, which came with the safety razor, but then I graduated to Astra, and I stuck on to Astra for a very, very long time. I still occasionally shave with it. One of the reasons I find it very pleasing is, again, number 1, there is no shaving irritation, no razor burns, nothing at all. Okay, I can use it comfortably with my close comb or my open comb or any of the other brand manufacturers, and yeah, whether they are mild or aggressive, and still get the same results. The only difference between Astra and BIC Chromium or any of these is going to be more subjective than anything else. It is not going to be, there's no rocket science behind why this might give you 5 shaves, this might give you 6 shaves. There's nothing like that at all. So that's number 5, Astra. Okay. At number 4 is a blade I really fell in love with. It was manufactured in Jammu till a couple of years ago. Then they started exporting this blade, and so at this time it's not available in the Indian market anymore. I still have a few pieces somewhere that we have it on our website as well. It's the Glatz platinum coated blade. They were fairly reasonable in terms of price, and in terms of shave as well, 3 to 4 shaves on in a close comb, and maybe 2 to 3 shaves. But then for the cost, they came for 25 rupees for 10, so that's 2.5 rupees per blade, which is like very decent. It's not too much. So that's my number 4. Number 3 is, I think a lot of people will agree with that, is the Gillette. I call them the Gillette Black because they come in these salon boxes in packs of, I think, 10, and they're fairly well packaged, well put together. I still have the old one, MRP of 550. I think now it's gone up to double, 1,100 or something. But so 55 rupees for 10 blades, 5.5 rupees is not a bad option. That when it used to be at 55 rupees, now I think it's about 110 rupees. So that's 11 rupees per blade, which is still not a bad option, given that this blade still gives you 5 to 6, sometimes even 7 shaves per blade, which is not a bad option at all. Smoothness is at the highest level. In terms of irritation, nothing at all. In terms of everything else, it works very well. What I've known, what some of our customers have told us is that they have who have sensitive or dry or oily skin, they have come back and reported, given some really great feedback that it's worked very well with all different skin types. So that's the number 3 blade over here. Number 2 is the feather, whether it's the yellow pack, which has 10 blades, or the black pack, which has 5 blades. They're exactly the same inside. This was, in terms of my own personal journey in wet traditional shaving, this was the second blade after Astra that I used, and it worked very well with the ASD2, the feather razor, and the popular razor, and the adjustable. So all feather with all feather razors, this blade is top notch. It's absolutely fantastic because this blade is well made for that particular type of razor. All 3 are fairly mild. They're not a medium cut. So the blade itself, if you use it in our close comb, which is a mild to medium cut, behaves very similar to a feather. If you use it in any of the other ones, like a 34C from Merkur or Edwin Jagger DE89, it behaves absolutely fantastic because they are both medium cut razors. So with those ones, it absolutely behaves wonderfully. But do not make the mistake of combining these blades, the feather blades, with any of the aggressive razors. You are going to be in for a shock. And one trick or tip I can tell you is that the first shave, whether it's our razor or the feather razor, you've got to be extremely careful. You've got to be very careful. Okay. The reason is that these blades are extremely sharp, and if your focus deviates or even a little bit, the next thing you know is there's a small speck of blood or a fountain of blood, depends on how much focus you have lost while shaving. So you got to be extremely careful. That's the first shave. But the second shave is absolutely marvelous. That's the best shave you get from any of these blades. I think the first one, the sharpness is a little bit tempered down, and the second one, it's at its peak performance, and thereafter it just it becomes better and better. So by the 5th shave, it's fine. 6th or the 7th shave, depending on how much you're able to pull it, it will start tugging at your follicles, and if it does start tugging, trust me, it's not worth it. just dump the blade and go on to our next new blade. Okay, so that's number 2 for on my list. Number 1 is a blade I fell in love with about 4.5 years ago. We with our initial lot of razors, we actually gave this out as well. Now we run into some issues in terms of exports and other things, but it's the Derby Premium. Very, very nice blade. It says chromium, ceramic, platinum, tungsten, and something else coated edges, which is I believe it, because the shaves I got from it were extremely smooth, zero irritation, zero razor burns, and whether it's the first shave or the 5th or the 6th shave, I felt as if I was using a brand new blade in each of these shaves. And that's the best part I liked about these blades, that their consistency over the 2 shaves or 6 shaves was exactly the same. So that's my list of top 6 safety razor blades. I hope you found them helpful. At number 1 is the Derby Premium. At number 2 are the feather blades, yellow and black, or the 10-pack and the 5-pack. Number 3 is the Gillette Super Platinum. I call them the Gillette Black. And number 4 is the Glatz. Talking about Glatz, we are still we continue to persist and ensure that. Talking about Glatz, we continue to talk to the manufacturers, and if there is a lot that's available for the Indian market, we will definitely bring it out for you. At number 5 is the BIC Chrome Platinum, one of my recent additions, and it's been a great safety blade so far for me. And number 6 is a nostalgic love, Astra. My first proper blade when I started my wet traditional shaving, and I still love it. I still love it a lot. Okay, so I hope you found that useful. Do subscribe to our channel and watch out for other new videos coming out talking about shaving. And hopefully we'll be adding a lot more new topics in the fray, which we will keep on releasing as we go along. And see you soon. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day ahead.